everyone. This is Tim here at Makers Machining. We're at FABTECH at McCormick Place in Chicago today. We've got our little sign here for Makers Machining, but that's kind of a sideline of what I do as far as Makers Machining is to be instructing the basics of machining. But today I'm going to take the opportunity here to show you some of the things that we make in our work. You often see some of these pictures and videos on TV of auto assembly plants or some of the big operations. Well, on each of those apparatus that make the parts in these assembly lines and other places, other processes, there's small detailed items that are used to do the actual work at the point of that operation. So if any of you are familiar with the metal studs that they use in building houses anymore, we have some tools that we make here for cutting those parts off as they roll form it. Roll forming is when you take a big coil of steel and you gradually roll it into a shape, and then it produces that shape non-stop. But when they get to where they want to cut it to length, then there's got to be some cutoff tooling there that snips it scrap free or cuts it off with a blade, so it can be bundled into the all the parts are the same length, 8-footers or 12-footers. If you go buy pieces of pipe or edging or whatever you buy, you can get it all the same length. But these blocks here are for various shaped parts. This is a drip edge for a roof that goes after the shingles into the gutter. That helps the water get into the gutter from the roof. So people make that out of thin material, and as the product is made to this shape, it's a non-stop long strip of material, that shape, then it will go through a die that cuts them off. And the die that cuts that particular piece off is this right here. And you can see there's daylight here. This is called a bumper die. What happens as the product is going through the die starts traveling with the line, and then it's in a press, and the press comes down and bumps this thing down, and the one plate will shift on an angle to make the cut. Cut the piece to length. Then this die will go back to its position to wait for the next signal to move forward and cut off. So, a lot of these things that you see here are different types of cutoff tools that are used in producing product in volume. Pass line performance, you might wonder what that is. Pass line in any roll forming operation is the line of trajectory from the beginning of the rolling mill to the cutoff. All the rolls that do the forming are there in relation to a pass line hypothetical line that everything is referenced off of. So our product is pass line performance, and it all relates to cutoff for roll formed products, or in different cases tubes. So we've got tooling on this side of the table that is for cutting off tubing, and that's where you'll have tubing is produced the same way as the roll forming, except tubing is welded together, can't leak. Sometimes they coat it on the outside, on the inside, all different diameters. But then it also has to go through different processes, and then it's got to be cut off. So there's different cutoff tools that we make that grab the tube, and then a blade will come through the jaws that grab the tube to cut it off. This is not the correct blade for this set of tube, or this set of jaws here, but that's what happens. This jaw will grab the tube, and then a blade comes through. There's a couple different styles of dies. One is a single cut, like would use this blade. There's another one that's got another cross cut that cuts through the top wall of the tube, so the main cutoff blade can freely cut and not deform the tube. But all these parts that we make here are hardened tool steel. There's cutting edges on them. A lot of moving parts, and visualize when a part gets cut off, the die has to travel with the product, has to cut off the product and go back to the home position. Some of these guys are running 200-300 inches a minute of product, but for the smaller pieces and the high volume, low cost commodity items like conduit or corner edges for drywall, that stuff goes fast, and sometimes these dies or these products are running at 1,100-1,200 feet a minute. So the cutoff die, if you do the math, if you're cutting off 8-foot pieces and you're running 1,200 feet a minute, sometimes those cutoff dies actuate better than twice a second. So they got to go and cut, come back, go and cut, go back. So it really is a fast-moving process because they're going at such speed. So everything has to be mechanically driven. It's not returned by springs, because if something hangs up, that product's going to keep coming no matter what. So if your die doesn't get out of the way, you've got a catastrophe on your hands. So all things are mechanically done, so they are driven down to make a cut and driven open again instantly. So that's where all this comes into play. So I thought you might like to have a little summary of how some of these manufacturing processes use these smaller pieces here that make the actual cut and finish the parts off at their point along the operation. So anyhow, I don't know if you get a chance to come to FABTECH. It's Thursday, November 14th. This is the last day of FABTECH, so I probably should have put out something there earlier announcing FABTECH, but you might have seen some of that around anyhow. But a great place to see all kinds of different operations that are here. You know, companies that make all various products are here exhibiting their processes. It's similar to the IMTS show. That's more for machining and tooling and that type of thing. This here is more of a welding, sheet metal show to that extent, but there's a lot of peripheral types of operations that are done. So anyhow, just wanted to give you a little heads up on that. The next time they have FABTECH will be next year in Las Vegas in November, and then the following year, 2 years from now, it's going to be here in Chicago, but they've changed it to a September date. So if you can find your way to get over here and see this, you won't be disappointed in this show. This is just fabulous. So anyhow, signing off for Makers Machining. We'll talk to you soon. So long.